shown lots of people are watching, but it's okay. Lesser people, lesser trouble. Uh, but this is cricket session, live cricket session where I basically talk about cricketing updates, opinions on cricket, and my viewpoints on cricket. I know that it hardly matters, but it's nevertheless my opinions, which I like to go ahead and post, or I like to go ahead and promote through this live session without any controversies, without any blame gaming, or without anything doing anything like uh, whitewashing or doing blaming someone. So it's a plain and boring cricket updates. Unfortunately, I'm not a very big creator. I'm not sure what to do in live sessions. I just like to speak about cricket, which is something I love, and I'm hoping that I can go ahead and support my future through this. So today's cricketing discussion start with the India versus South Africa Test series, which has started today. First of all, happy Children's Day to all these childrens of India, to every son and daughter of India who are right now little. And if by mistake someone sees this, who is a kid, who is not a kid, but who is son or daughter of India, uh, congratulations, happy Children's Day. So let's move forward. So, first thing first, India South Africa Test Series has started today in Eden Gardens, Kolkata. And the very first day, South Africa was bowled out, and India also has lost a wicket. So, 11 wickets goes down, like 11 wickets has been dismissed today in Eden Gardens. So, it was a good day for the bowlers. Cannot say the same thing for the batter because there were hardly anything done by the batters today. But at the start of the game, it was completely a different story. South Africa has a 50 plus opening start partnership, but then the magician, the wizard of fast bowling in India currently, Jasprit Bumrah, has started to create magic through his bowling spell. So, as I was saying, that South Africa had a very good start today versus India. South Africa has won the toss and elected to bat first, uh, which I believe is a good decision considering in India nobody wants to bat at nobody wants to bat fourth in India, especially the way the pitch behaves. Pitch completely started to doing different kind of things in India specifically. It's something which nobody wants to chase in the fourth, like nobody wants to chase or nobody wants to bat fourth in India. So it was a good decision. South Africa has won the toss and elected to bat first, and they have a good start with Aiden Markram and Rickleton scoring important runs for them at the very start. Uh, for the opening partnership, they have scored 57 runs. Markram has scored 31 in 48 balls, but at one stage he was unable to start properly. Like it took him a lot of deliveries to start his innings today. He was struggling, and he was not at all batting that well. His first scoring shot comes out of Siraj. He scored a boundary, and then actually scored two boundaries back to back to start his innings. Otherwise, he was having some kind of problem and wasn't able to score that heavily. But once he started on making runs, he started to gather some momentum, and which eventually helped South Africa a little bit, not more than that, because he is, if we check, highest scorer of South Africa's today. He scored 31 runs in 48 balls with 5 boundaries and 1 over boundary. Rickleton started well. He scored 23 runs in 22 balls, 100 plus strike rate with 4 boundaries. But once Bumrah started his match, he was the first batter to be dismissed. He was bowled by Bumrah. Then we had a partnership again with Vian Mulder, who played well. Like Markram got out second. He got out for six, like when the score was 62, and his personal score was 31, and he was dismissed by Bumrah again, caught by Pant. Captain Bamuma, he's he was basically he's the one who is basically fights for South Africa when the top order got dismissed cheaply. But today he was not his day. He got out for 3 runs. Kuldeep Yadav took his wicket. Dhruv Jurel took the catch, the short leg, and was he has scored only 3 runs in 11 balls. Then we have Vian Mulder, who scored 24 runs in 51 balls with 3 boundaries. Tony De Zorzi tried well. He scored 24 runs in 55 balls with 1 boundary and 1 6. But he was also dismissed by Bumrah. It was LBW versus Bumrah. Tristan Stubbs remained not out, scored 15 runs in 74 balls with 1 boundary. He actually showed some application and tried to avoid getting dismissed and scored some runs, but uh, Tristan Stubbs basically does not plays like player like this who basically go ahead and just defend. But today is the different scenario, wherein the wicketkeeper batter from South Africa scored 16 runs in 36 balls with 2 boundaries. Marco Jensen, the all-rounder pacer, uh, got out for a duck. Verin and Marco Jensen both dismissed by Mohammad Siraj. He scored none in 3 balls. Marco Jensen. Then Corbin Bosch got out, scored 3 runs in 23 balls, and he was dismissed by Akshar, LBW by Akshar. And Simon Harmer, bowled by Bumrah, 5 runs. He scored 5 runs in 5 balls with 1 boundary. And Keshav Maharaj scored a duck. He was the last batter to be dismissed by Bumrah. So the fall of wicket, 57 for 1. South Africa at one stage had a good start. They scored 57 runs for the first opening wicket, but then 57 for 1. Then it became 62 for 2, and then Bauma got out at 71. Then Veer Mulder got out after just after lunch. He got out for 114, and that's when Indian ball started to make pitch talk. And Tony DeZorzi got out at 120. Wherein make it 146 for 6. Marco Jensen got out in the same over, was dismissed in 147 runs. Corbin Bosch got out at 154, and Hammer and Maharaj didn't score a run and got dismissed at the same total of 159. So, in 55 deliveries, Keshav Maharaj, so in 55 overs, in 330 deliveries, South Africa was packed up for 159 runs. Jasprit Bumrah picked up 5 wickets for 27 runs. He's the star of the show today, and I believe he's the main, like, this is his the big five for him. Siraj picked up 2 wickets for 47 runs in 12 overs. Akshar Patel bowled 6 overs, 24 runs and 1 wicket. Kuldeep Yadav bowled 14 overs, 36 runs, 2 wicket. Ravindra Jadeja 8 overs, 13 runs without any success. And Washington Sundar scored 1 run. Sorry, Washington Sundar only bowled 1 over for 3 runs without any success. In reply, when India came to bat, then They were also facing trouble while batting. Uh, Yashasvi Jaiswal scored 12 and got out. He faced 27 balls, he scored 12 runs with 3 boundaries. Marco Jensen took his wicket, and K. Rahul is still playing in 13 runs and 59 balls with 2 boundaries. And Washington Sundar, number 3 batter in this game, scored 6 runs and 38 balls, uh, 0 boundaries and 0 sixes. So far, batting is not easy in this condition. And today, when the morning session will start, there will be something for the bowler. Hopefully it will die down by the afternoon, whatever there is a movement. And Indian batters can, if they play the first hour, as people know that if you play out the first hour of a test match, it becomes a little bit easier. And then the afternoon session, I believe it will be a completely dead pitch, and it will help eventually the batter, because tomorrow the roller will start its work, and once the roller will start its work, it will become a flatter pitch and a good pitch to bat on. So over the case, if we check today, 11 wickets uh, has been picked, has been dismissed in the very first day, and as per the update, only once has more wickets fallen on the opening day of a test match at Eden Gardens. Uh, then the 11 today, 13 wickets has been dismissed in the pink ball test, the first pink ball test between India and Bangladesh in 2019. In that test match, 13 wickets were dismissed on the very first day, and today on 11 wickets got dismissed. Now, most 5 wickets hauls for India. This is what I was talking about before. Uh, Most 5 wicket hauls for India in Test matches. 37 times by Ravichandran Ashwin, 35 times by Anil Kumble. Harbhajan Singh picked up 25 wickets. Kapil Dev has picked up 23 times 5 wickets, and Jasprit Bumrah has picked up 16 times, and he's right now in joint position. He's in joint position with Bhagwat Chandrasekhar, who's picked 16 wickets. Uh, Jasprit Bumrah has done it in 51 tests. Bhagwat Chandrasekhar has done it in 58. However, uh, he's he's currently the fastest Indian to do that. Jasprit Bumrah is the first fast bowler since Ishant Sharma uh, picked a 5 for in the opening day of a test in India. The last one to do so in red ball test was Dale Steyn in Ahmedabad in 2008. And basically, Dale Steyn was one of the fearsome bowlers of South Africa. And unfortunately, if let us see whether South Africa can go ahead and match it in this test match or in the next. Matt Henry picked a 5 wicket haul in the scheduled second day of Bengaluru Test last year after first day's entire play was washed out. So that is something Matt Henry is known for. He is known for dismantling the top order right now, and basically he's one bowler who is like makes Indian batters think twice to play. So this is the correct scenario. India is right now. India before the stumps has been drawn today was 37 for 1. Going wasn't is tough for both side batters. In 20 overs they have scored 30 runs, so which is even less than 2 runs per over. But we are aware that rural will start its work tomorrow, so morning session will be important for India. And if we if we see out the first hour, then definitely by the afternoon batters will start to play well in this pitch. There will be something for the spinners. Right now there are uneven bounce for the pieces, and that is what helping. Some balls are keeping very low, some balls are taking off from the ground, and that is something which will worry the batters. So they was at the start of the play, there were some people who were talking about the decision to promote, Gautam Gambhir's decision to promote Washington Sundar uh, for a number three batter, and that is a big decision considering there are lots of other batters who are too good for that. And unfortunately, this is a test for Washington Sundar as well. Gautam Gambhir's decision to make Indian batting float a floating batting order. Uh, I hope it doesn't have our batting unit at any way. And Washington Sundar is a no doubt a very good player, but it's needed to be seen whether he is the ideal number three batter, because you need an ideal batter for number three position. A good batter who can play the new ball. So we have in this test match KL Rahul as opener, Shubman Gill is there, but Shubman Gill, I believe he has make his position filled in number fourth batter, so he will come down when India will lose the second wicket, and hopefully India will not lose second wicket very early tomorrow. So Shubman Gill can wait in the pavilion, and both these guys can watch out the entire morning session, and then in the afternoon session they can excel, or they can push the accelerator button and score heavily, and which will help Indian bat. So considering that, right now, uh, we should not jump into conclusion, because the number three position, let us see whether Washington Sundar make the number three position completely his in this test match. And if he fails, then it's a completely different story. Then Gautam Gambhir, I think this whole scenario is going again into that thing where Greg Chappell was promoting Irfan Pathan. Irfan Pathan was a good all-rounder who has the ability, was basically primarily a bowler who can bat. Washi is someone who can bat in the top order. He was primarily a batter and then he becomes spinner. So he has this kind of ability, like Ashwin Anna. Ashwin Anna uh, was like in top order batter before he became a spinner. That's what I have here. And Washi is uh, among the same, he has the same skills. He's a good batter, but right now primarily both Ashwin Anna and Washi are primarily selected as a bowler who can bat. So their first department is definitely bowling. But if uh, Coach Gautam Gambhir is giving him the opportunity, let us see whether he is actually able to deliver in this. But we do not want another case case study like Irfan Pathan. Irfan Pathan was a good all-rounder, but unfortunately lost his bowling capabilities after it has been seen that he is primarily given more batting duties. So it's needed to be seen whether it's the same case with Washington Sundar or not. It is too early to judge, but people were already talking about this decision today in the morning, and I hope that Washi makes a big innings, at least innings, which should be talked about uh, in the future, and hopefully he will score heavily in this match and make Gautam Gambhir decision a right one. Because ultimately the decision, whether it is a correct decision or it's bad decision, it will definitely uh, affect in Indian's batting unit and India's batting capability in this test. So hoping for the best that Washi comes good in this test match in the number three position. Now we talk about another OTI match, another match which has taken place today. As previously informed, Asia Emerging Stars tournament is right now going on, and in this tournament, India played today versus UAE, and this little guy, uh, this young fella, Vaibhav Suryavanshi, has scored a brilliant century. He scored 144 runs today, and like he scored the fastest century as well. As people are saying that he scored century very early, like international century at this early age. So against UAE, Vaibhav Suryavanshi has scored a century in just 32 balls, which is a very fast century. Now there will be people who will definitely see this as like uh, batting, like batting some. They will definitely tell that this match has or this score come against UAE much like a lower opposition, a opposition which is not so good. But that is something which does not take away any credibility from this guy. In 32 balls he scored a century, and in 10 balls he scored 44 runs, 11 boundaries and 15 sixes. Something to be talking about. This guy uh, is performing in a regular stage right now. In IPL he is performing well. Now in Indian jersey he is performing well, so I'm hopeful that once he got like a little bit more maturity, he will start playing for Indian cricket, and then it will be needed to be seen. Like we have four fearsome open, then again we have some fearsome openers in our side, like Shubman Gill, uh, Yashasvi Jaiswal is already there and performing and dominating the opposition. Like they are nothing in front of them and scoring centuries in a regular basis. And then we have Abhishek Sharma is there, and if Vaibhav Suryavanshi will come, then it will be definitely something to watch out for. Also, Priyan Sharia is there, who is another good batter, who is opener. So again, uh, it is something which will create troubles for selectors, like too many openers in one squad. If this all these guys who I'm talking about performs well and get selected for Indian side, then it is something which will worry, which is a worrisome scenario for the opposition. There are too many good batters who are not only good batters, they are attacking, and their strike rate is also very fearsome. They are scoring in a very good rate. So it's needed to be seen whether they like actually perform in senior, like when they when they get the maturity, or when they get selected for senior teams, whether they will be able to perform in the same manner or not is needed to be seen. So in 20 overs, India A has scored 297 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. uh, Weber Suryavanshi has scored 144 runs in 42 balls, and Priyansh, his, as I mentioned, 11 boundaries and 15 sixes. So 44 runs in boundaries and 90 runs in just sixes. So 134 runs in just 26 balls. And in 16 balls, you can do your own calculation, like how this little guy has, or this young guy has performed. Priyansh Sharia scored 10 runs in 6 balls with 1 boundary and 1 six. Naman Dheer, the batter whom people are talking about due to his IPL exploits. He scored 34 runs in 23 balls, 2 boundaries and 2 sixes. Sorry, 3 boundaries and 2 sixes. Jitesh Sharma, the captain and wicketkeeper of the side, has scored 83 runs in 32 balls with 8 boundaries and 6 sixes. And Nehal Vadera scored 14 runs in 9 balls with 1 boundary and 1 six. Ramandeep Singh has scored 6 runs in 8 balls. So, in total, India A has scored 297 runs in 20 overs, mere 20 overs, and the run rate was 14.85. For UAE bowlers, Muhammad Farazuddin bowled 4 overs, 64 runs, and got a solitary wicket to show for. Muhammad Rohit Khan bowled 4 overs, 40 runs without any success. Ayan Khan bowled 3 overs, 42 runs, and single wicket. Javadullah bowled 4 overs, 64 runs without any success. Mohammad uh, Irfan bowled 4 overs, 57 runs and 1 wicket. Harshit Kaushik bowled 1 over for 30 runs without any success. So a very uh, poor performance by UAE bowlers, but yet to be seen whether they will be able to replicate well or do well in their next innings. In reply, UAE has scored 149 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in 20 overs. Mayank Rajesh Kumar scored 18 runs in 22 balls, 1 boundary and 1 six. Alishan Sharafu, the captain, scored 3 runs in 5 balls. Ahmad Tariq scored a duck in 2 balls. Shoaib Khan, the high scorer for the UAE team, scored 63 runs and 41 balls with 3 boundaries and 6 sixes. Harshit Kaushik got out in the very first ball. Um, Syed Haider, the wicketkeeper batter, scored 20 runs in 16 balls with 1 boundary and 1 six. Mohammad Arfan batted for 26 runs in 26 balls with 3 boundaries. Ayan Afzal Khan scored 2 runs in 3 balls, and Mohammad Farazuddin scored 2 runs in 4 balls. So for India A, Gurjaprit Singh bowled 4 overs, 18 runs and 3 wickets. Ramandeep Singh bowled well. He given away 4 overs, 32 runs, and he has a wicket to show for himself. Suresh Sharma, very expensive today. He bowled 4 overs for 48 runs without any success. Yash Thakur bowled 4 overs, 22 runs, a solitary wicket to show for his exploit. Harsh Dubey bowled 2 overs, 12 runs, and 2 wickets. Naman Dhir bowled 1 over, 9 runs without any success. And Nehal Vadera 1 over, 7 runs without any success. So this is the first match for India, and after the first match, if we check the point tables, India A is leading. India A has played one and won one, and they are in 2 points. The net run rate is plus 7.400, uh, and Oman and UAE lost their games, so they are in -2 and -7.4 right now. Needs to be improved, but hopefully we will do good here and win this trophy here. Other teams are yet to open their account or yet to play a match in this series or in this tournament. Indian batters with fastest century in T20, if we check right now, Rohit Sharma has scored the fastest century by an Indian in a T20 international by reaching 100 runs in just 35 balls against Sri Lanka. Uh, in domestic T20 cricket, Urvil Patel and Abhishek Sharma jointly hold the record for the fastest century at 28 balls. So, if we check currently, so this is a very fast century. Uh, it is an international century after all. He's playing in a game. Web Suryavanshi playing a game in Indian jersey. So I consider it an international century, irrespective of which player they are playing against. If we check the fastest centuries in T20I game, Sahil Chauhan has scored 27 ball century uh, in a match versus Estonia versus Cyprus, and this was played last year in 17 June 2024. Mohammad Farhad has scored 29 ball century in a game of Turkey versus Bulgaria. Uh, then we have Jen Nikolov Tieton, who scored a 33 ball century. Sikandar Raza, 33 ball century against Gambia. Kushal Malla scored 34 ball century versus Mongolia, Nepal. From Nepal, he is. And David Miller scored 35 ball century against Bangladesh. If we check for the senior level, uh, Sikandar Raza, David Miller, Rohit Sharma, uh, then Samar Vikramasekara is there. Abhishek Sharma, third ball scored 37 run century. Tim David has scored 37 ball century. JJ Smith scored 37 ball century. So there are lots of centuries inside just 40 balls. And today, if we check, this is the fastest T20I century by a youngest Indian batter in international cricket. I considered in international, considering that Vaibhav Suryavanshi has scored this century in an international match playing in Indian jersey. So considering that, believe that it's an international century. For me, it's an international century for now. It's a good batting effort. Hopefully, we will do more good in this tournament. Regarding Women's Big Bash League today, uh, today two games were there. Melbourne Renegades versus Adelaide Strikers, and Melbourne Stars versus Perth Scorchers. So if we first talk about Melbourne Renegades women versus Adelaide Strikers women, uh, Melbourne Renegades batted first today in this match, and uh, they were bowled out for they have scored 141 runs for in losing 9 wickets in their 20 overs. For them, uh, Courtney Webb has scored 46 valuable runs in 39 balls with 6 boundaries, which helped them Melbourne Renegades to reach this total. Otherwise, they were facing a huge trouble. Uh, like their opener pairing scored 3 runs in 6 balls. Alice Kepsey got out after scoring 13 runs in 7 balls with 3 boundaries. Deandra Doughty scored 5 runs in 10 balls. Uh, then Georgia Wareham has scored 30 runs, which is the second highest batting score for Melbourne Renegades. 30 runs, 23 balls, 3 boundaries, and 1 6. Then we have Faltum, the wicket-keeper batter, scored 5 runs in 5 balls with 1 boundary. Then we have Tess Flintoff. Tess Flintoff scored 14 runs in 11 balls with 2 boundaries. Stellenberg has scored 5 runs in 7 balls. And Sarah Coite scored 8 runs in 6 balls with 1 boundary. Lingworth has scored 5 runs in 4 balls without any boundaries. And then Baker has scored 2 runs and remained not out with Illingworth. So in total, Melbourne Renegades women has scored 141 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in their stipulated 20 overs. Sophie Eccleston, in spinner, bowled 4 overs, 24 runs and 2 wickets. And identically, Darcy Brown, the other bowler, has the same figure, 4 overs, 24 runs and 2 wickets. Megan Shoot bowled 4 overs, 39 runs with one wicket. Uh, then Wellington bowled 4 overs, 22 runs and for one wicket. Tyler McGrath bowled 3 overs, 22 runs and one wicket. And Barsby bowled 1 over, 8 runs and one wicket. So in a reply, Adelaide strikers have performed well, with Tammy Bimo scoring 34 runs in 26 balls with 4 boundaries, 1 6. And then South Africa skipper, who has just recently played well for his international side for his country, scored 71 not out and helped uh, Adelaide strikers to win this game. Laura Woolward scored 17 not out in 48 balls with 10 boundaries. Pena scored 5 runs in 13 balls. Tyler McGrath scored 3 runs and in 7 balls. And then Patterson, wicketkeeper batter, scored 12 runs in 12 balls with one boundary, and eventually this helped them to win the game. They have scored down 143 runs, losing 3 wickets in 17.4 overs. It was a good chase for them. Uh, Tess Flintoff is the highest wicket taker for Melbourne Renegades. He's bowled 4 overs, 27 runs, and she picked up 2 wickets. Other than that, Georgia Wareham, the captain, picked given away 25 runs in her 4 overs and picked up 1 wicket. Baker bowled 2.4 overs, 21 runs without any success. Illingworth bowled 3 overs, 24 runs without any success. Deandre Doughton, 1 over, 12 runs without any success. Ellis Kepsey, 2 overs, 17 runs without any success. Sarah Coite, 1 over, 7 runs without any success. So, with this victory, Melbourne Renegades are yet to win any match in this tournament, as far as I believe. Melbourne Renegades lost their first game today. They have played 3 matches. 2 matches they have won. 1 match this they have lost, but they are still in the second position considering none of other teams were able to perform that well so far. Uh, Adelaide Strikers won their first game today, and they have got 3 points as their another match was abandoned due to rain, and they are currently in the fourth position. So still lots of matches to go in this tournament. So we can go ahead and tell who is in the dominating position right now. In the other game in WBBL today, we have Melbourne Stars playing against Perth Scorchers. So, Melbourne Stars won this game versus Perth Scorchers today via DLS method. This game, Melbourne Stars batted first and scored 173 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in their stipulated 20 overs. For Melbourne Stars, Meg Lanning, the previous skipper, the legendary Australian batter, scored 90 runs in 55 balls with 10 boundaries and 3 sixes. She remained not out, unbeaten. Unfortunately, didn't able to score at the century here. McKenna, the other opener, scored just 10 runs in 8 balls with 2 boundaries. Jones has given good support to his cap to her Meg Lenny, and she scored 30 runs in 32 balls with 3 boundaries. Annabelle Sutherland, captain, scored 70 runs in 11 balls with 3 boundaries. And Marison Cap got out the dark, facing just 2 balls. And then Gibson scored 12 runs in 12 balls with 1 boundary, and she was the other batter who was unbeaten till the end and supporting Meg Lanning, who scored 90 runs. So, 173 runs in 4 wickets. So, the highest wicket taker or the is Miles Lily Mills. She picked up 2 wickets, given away 22 runs in 4 overs. Uh, Then we have Chloe Ainsworth, bowled 4 overs, 25 runs with a solitary wicket. Then we have Ebony Hoskin, bowled for an over for 15 runs, expensive but without any success. Sophie Devine, the New Zealand legendary skipper, 4 overs, 42 runs, and she didn't got any kind of success. Elena King, 3 overs, 29 runs, without any success. Amy Edgar bowled 4 overs, 39 runs, and she got a solitary wicket to show for her exploit. So Perth Scorchers were given a target of 174, but due to rain, this target was lowered down, and Perth Scorchers uh, they have scored 78 runs, losing 8 wickets, and they have lost this game by just 16 runs. So the ideal target was 95 runs in uh, 9 overs, and they have failed to score that. They have lost the game by 16 runs. Beth Mooney scored 14 runs in 7 balls in 3 boundaries. Uh, then Katie Mack scored 8 runs in 8 balls with 1 boundary. Sophie Devine, the captain, scored 5 runs, 3 balls, 1 boundary. Uh, Freya Camp has scored 11 runs in 6 balls. Uh, Michaela Hinckley scored 5 runs in 8 balls. Then Schofield scored 11 runs in 7 balls with a single six. Elena King got out in a duck in 2 balls. Ainsworth scored 8 runs, 6 balls she faced, and scored 1 boundary. Lily Mills scored 12 runs in 7 balls with 2 boundaries. And there it is. They have scored 78 runs while losing 8 wickets in 9 overs. And Perth Scorchers lose this game via DLS method by 16 runs. So if we look at the table, it's Melbourne Stars which has won this game. So let us see the table once again, whether it has improved the position of these two sides or not. So after this win, Perth Scorchers are right now in the sixth position. They have played three, won only one, and lost two, and they are currently in minus rating net run rate 1.160 with 2 points, in a very low position they are in. With this victory, Melbourne Stars have improved their position. They are in the third position right now with two victories. Two matches. With one match has been won and one match was uh, abandoned. So they are on the third position with 3 points with plus 1.778 net run rate. So considering all this, they are on the good position currently. So these are the current updates from the cricketing world so far, and new update which we have right now is in IPL. Venkatesh Iyer, Bishnoi, Akashdeep, Maxwell. These guys might face the X. That means they might be removed from their franchisee. So if that happens, it will be something which will be talked about, because they were there are certain players, Venkatesh Iyer and Bishnoi, are too good up player for their respective franchisee, but needs to be seen whether they will definitely face the X or not, or they will be removed or not. Another important update is Team Southie has been appointed as KKR bowling coach for IPL 2026. In another cricketing update, Bangladesh has defeated Ireland. Like there was a game going on, or a test match going on between these two sides. So Ireland batted first, scored 286 all out, and then Bangladesh responded back with the 587 runs for the loss of 8 wickets, and they have declared the innings with 301 runs lead. So while batting second, Ireland got dismissed for 254 in the second innings, and that means Bangladesh won by any innings and 47 runs here. In the second innings, uh, till yesterday, Paul Sterling was the highest scorer. Today, the score high, like he scored 43, but today, if we check, Andy McBride scored 52 runs. He's the highest scorer, and if you check, Paul Sterling scored 43 runs uh, with 7 boundaries. Keith Carmichael scored 5 runs with 1 boundary. Harry Tector scored 18 runs with 1 boundary. Curtis Camphor scored 5 runs with 1 boundary. Locker Tucker, the wicketkeeper batter, scored 9 runs with 2 boundaries. Andy McBride scored 52 runs with 5 boundaries. Matthew Humphries scored 16 runs with 1 boundary and 1 6. Andrew Balboni scored 38 runs with 5 boundaries. Jordan Neal scored 36 runs with 7 boundaries. Barry McCarthy scored 25 runs with 2 boundaries and 1 6. And Craig Young can't score a run. So uh, Ireland got dismissed for 254, and that means Bangladesh won by 47 runs here. For Bangladesh, Hassan Murad has been the star bowler. He's picked up 4 wickets for 60 runs in his 14 overs. Was well supported by another spinner, Taijul Islam, who bowled 23.2 overs, given away 84 runs and picked up 3 wickets. Hassan Mahmood bowled 6 overs for 15 without any success. Nahid Rana bowled 8 overs for 40 runs and he picked up 2 wickets. Uh, Mehdi Hassan Miraz bowled 19 overs, given away 48 runs and was without any success. So this was the first test match in this 2-match test series. If anyone is interested, the second test match will be playing in Dhaka. It will start from 27 November, and then we have a 3-match T20I series between these two sides. Okay, so we have an update about fastest centuries for um, in T20 cricket. Webb Suryavanshi has scored century in 32 balls versus UAE in Doha 2025. Rishabh Pant scored 32 ball century versus Himachal Pradesh playing for Delhi in Delhi 2018. Chris Gayle scored a century in 30 balls in an IPL match of RCB versus PWI, that is Pune Warriors India in Mangaluru. Mohammad Fahad scored 29 ball century in Turkey versus Bulgaria match in Sofia 2025 this year only, and Abhishek Sharma scored a 28 ball century versus Meghalaya in Saurashtra 2024. Urvil Patel scored a 28 ball century versus Tripura in Indore 2024. Sahil Chauhan, 27 ball century while playing in Estonia versus Cyprus match in Episcopi 2024. So these are some players who have scored fastest century. The update which we can see there RCB is basically might be removing their three key players before IPL 2026 before because of non-cricketing reason. One is everybody is aware of the cricketer's name, which is Yash Dayal. Yash Dayal will be out of this RCB side for sure due to uh, that outside cricketing reason, and we should not delve into that things. So it is already available in news channels or in news print media. If you want to check, you can go ahead and check. Mitchell Stark. Mitchell Stark has Mitchell Stark might not be playing in IPL this year because he refused to return for the second phase of IPL 2026, and it is expected that he might not be featuring in this tournament. Kagiso Rabada uh, will also be not part of this uh, IPL, might be because of a ban he faced while playing in SA20 League in 2000, January 2025, and this could be a reason that he might not be playing in IPL 2026. Now, in past as well, we have seen that players were banned from playing IPL due to non-cricketing reasons, and this is uh, again a phase where they will not be part of the IPL anymore. Uh, in other news, Trent Rockets has confirmed that uh, Moore is their new coach. Nothing. Okay, so these were the cricketing updates. I will not. There are many more other updates in cricket, which I should not go ahead and discuss because I do not understand them. Uh, Major important updates where Saudi has been like it like has Saudi returned to KKR as a bowling coach for IPL 2026. Uh, Graham Smith is talking about you love to have more Indian players in SA20. We are all aware that why Indian cricketers are not in any other leagues. Basically, they have signed an agreement uh, because they play in IPL, they cannot go ahead and play in other leagues. So they are specifically Indian cricketers are only available for one franchise, and I think that is a good thing because we do not want more and more cricket. We just want our international cricketers to play for our country. Now, that is something which is personally again my opinion, and it is something which basically uh, pl- depends upon any player whether he wants to play for his country or for his franchise. So these are the some cricketing updates from cricket world. which I would love to share with you guys. And if anybody has watched this live, I'm very thankful and very grateful for watching this live. And I would definitely love to see your comments on what I can improve on more. I would also like to reiterate in the fact that I'm not a good content creator or person who basically has uh, like ability to put an attractive live session. I'm uh, I can only put a live session according to whatever the whatever scenarios or whatever options I have, and according to that I can do go ahead and do live session. So currently I only have this mobile to support me, through which I can go ahead and do live session. Previously I used to create content on cricket, and thanks to that content which I used to produce, which I used to edit, not so good, but still there were some people who supported me at that point of time. They have subscribed the channel, and that is the reason why I have uh, at least subscriber base through which I'm able to do live right now. And all this subscriber base has been created over 5 years. Like I have started working on this channel from 2020, and right now we are sitting on 2025. Not very good performance, because there are lots of other content creators who has performed so well, and they deserve their subscriber base because they have worked on their content. Currently I'm not aware like what kind of content I can go ahead and like I can make so that I can get more and more subscribers. I do not believe in controversies. I do not believe in uh, blame gaming. I do not believe in trolling others. That is not me. That is something which is not me, and I cannot go ahead and do that because, and I cannot go ahead and create content on somebody else's feed or somebody else's video. Like there are lots of other content creators who you will be able to see, they basically go ahead and they can go ahead and basically post the entire highlight session or other things, but I cannot go ahead and do that. I love this channel, and I'm not sure whether this will hamper my channel, and it might get my channel banned, so I don't want to do that. I just would like to work on this channel because it has given me a subscriber base. It has given me an opportunity to earn, and right now I'm not getting any sort of opportunity elsewhere. In my career, I have worked in different organizations. I have tried many things, but none of them were successful, and in it is a failure. So, success and failure is something which is not, I believe, is not in my hand. I can only try. So, this is one of those trying. This is one of those efforts which I can put on. So I would love to get your support. I would love to see your comments on what I can improve and what can help me to get more subscribers, because right now in my career I'm not getting any other kind of option. So YouTube, I believe, is the only thing which can help me to earn my living. So that's why I request you to support this channel. I have already some very good subscribers, but unfortunately uh, those are not regular subscribers, and I believe that is the reason why they do not see these channels more often. So if you are watching this live, I'm very thankful, very grateful to you to give your valuable time. I will also like to have a support from your end, so that I can I can at least stand up on my feet and work more on in this field, create more content which can eventually help this channel. And I hope that this boring cricket sessions can entertain you in future. So thank you very much. If you are watching this live, if you're watching it later on, thank you very much for your time, and have a wonderful day. Bye.